biscuit. Like a really delicious, like a scone. Somewhere in between a scone and a biscuit with some south of the border flair to it. It's delicious. It's delicious. People, if you ever get the chance to eat Mexican pastries made by Mexicans, I would highly recommend you do it.
They've got to be made by real Mexicans.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could probably have people from anywhere make them, you know? Like, I just don't know if you're like in Ohio and you're listening to us here, if they have what you have at your little gas station down the street.
Mexicans?
Mexican pastries.
Yeah.
The pastries. Not the ones, I mean, they have them packaged, right? Pre-packaged.
Yeah.
Like
The Bimbo.
Bimbo, yeah, there's brands
Bimbo.
like Bimbo the
That
bear.
little bear, little white bear.
Huge tits, real submissive.
He's like this sexy downy bear, the Bimbo bear.
So anyhow, they got those. But I'm talking like the ones like some abuelita like baked those this morning or something, right? And they're just there in a shelf for you to grab and eat. They're delicious.
Shout out to the Bradshaw Market just got built. It's a Mexican market with a taqueria and a Mexican bakery inside of it.
Hell yeah, abuelita, whoever you are out there, thank you. That shit's good.
You had a Mexican accent. Oh, thank you.
I don't know what those are called.
Ay, 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 Dios es mío, abuelita.
I didn't say that. You said that.
I don't care anymore.
You never did, bro.
Now, I got to ask you a question. Are you, what do you think dreams are, like at night? Not like your hopes and dreams, but like, you know, your dreams.
I think what's happening is we are, while we sleep, our minds are transiting to a different reality, which is unlike it, similar to our own, but unlike it in certain matters of physics, right? I also think that we as human beings probably spend more time like mentally there than we do here. You know, you ever had that dream where it's like, dream was like 2 days long, right?
Yeah.
When you wake up and it was like you fell asleep like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
you know, like,
time is a little distorted in
exactly.
the dream world.
So I would argue it's possible that we spend more time in this dream world than we do here. And a lot of my beliefs
if you're
on
going
dreams,
by dream time.
Exactly. Because you can't just measure dream time.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's not one-to-one.
That's objectively true. First off, because you're already sleeping 6 to 9 hours a night, which is like half the day, almost.
Third of it.
Yeah.
Third of it, at least.
Yeah, you're better at math than me.
Yeah. But also, I read a lot of Lovecraft in my teenage years, and he had a lot of interesting theories on dreams, which are kind of like that. Like there's whole other realms and dimensions that we go to that aren't on the same physical plane as we are.
Yeah, I've read. I mean, this is getting into Kooksville, USA, but I've read that like one theory is that the simulation can't remain charged with everyone awake. So, like, when half the world goes to sleep at night, it's like recharging those nodes of the simulation.
I'm not convinced we live in a simulation at all.
No, I'm not either. But I just wanted to argue. Let me ask you this: do you think that dreams are some kind? Are they a
some kind
of profound representation of something going on in the real world, or are they just like, oh, I kind of saw that thing and it manifested in the dream, and I saw that thing in real life? You know what I mean? Like, what do you think it means? What do you think they are? Like, do they have a currency of like profound?
I mean, I don't know how profound they are, but I'd tell you this: like when I'm falling asleep and I got my eyes closed, I'm trying to fall asleep, and you can see like the weird blurry colors and stuff sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I'll just like see like cityscapes. I'll see like outside of a building, and there's people talking. I'm like, I have no clue who those are. Like, I didn't put them there. I'm just kind of like objectively viewing them.
Yeah.
As I'm falling to sleep. So who knows, man?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that some of
astral projection, bro. That's what I think.
I think that some of that stuff is like when I do something similar, like when I close my eyes and I try to hone in on like the colors and try to create images out of them and shit, you know? And it's really psychedelic if you can do it. But like these like weird characters not entities, but like just weird things show up that are unrecognizable. Like I don't know that person, but it's like some dude or
you're seeing them in your head.
Some monster or something.
Standing next to a stop light.
You're just taking all the little color blobs and like forming something out of them, right? Well, but it's like, where does it come from? My question is, I had a very weird dream, and I wanted to get your take on it.
Prophetic. Let's hear it.
I don't know. I hope it wasn't prophetic. So basically,
I'll tell you, I'm a master on dreams.
One time, like I just remember I was like
the dream master.
I was doing like a Donkey Kong slam, on my like computer keyboard
Okay.
to like just make people laugh. I was just physical comedy, like acting.
Was this in the dream?
Yeah, this is in the dream. I was just acting like I was, really mad at the computer. But ultimately, it was a thing where I was trying to make people laugh by just being silly, right?
Yeah, you do that by.
And by doing so,
Bobby.
I smashed my computer keyboard real hard with my fist, like Donkey Kong. And then I accidentally ordered and deployed like 34 parade caliber bunches of confetti-filled balloons throughout the city.
Oh wow!
And then, they exploded at some point, and it blanketed the whole town with confetti.
Sure.
And everyone was cheering, and it was a lot of fun.
So you just came out to the whole world. Is what you're saying.
People were doing it. People were into it, right?
Of course they were.
So it blanketed the whole town in confetti, and everyone was partying in the streets. But then, where it ended up was like I got a bill for like $20,000 from accidentally acting like Donkey Kong on my computer.
I mean, what was your job where you had access to do that on your computer?
It doesn't have to make sense. I'm just saying this is what happened.
Sure. You got the bill. You remember getting the bill.
But really, the theme of the dream wasn't so much the Donkey Kong confetti-filled balloons that I released all over the city. It was me having to approach my wife and tell her that like we got to come up with $20,000 to pay for my confetti balloons. Like that was the strife of the dream.
I'm just thinking of this world where there are like giant confetti balloon cannons set up around the country.
You just ordered online?
Right, it is there. And you can randomly, by accident.
I didn't have to go through the city municipality licenses or nothing.
I'm like, did you set that up yourself? Like, who put the infrastructure in these balloon cannons?
Hey,
because that's who's to blame, not you.
This is Bobbytown, USA that we're living in my dreams.
I guess so. If I was your legal defense, I would have gotten you off the misdemeanor.
So I don't know what to make of that. I don't know if you have any takes on it. I think it's...
No, I said you came out to the world and you thought it was going to be a high price to tell your wife.
And telling my wife was that was actually an allegory for telling them about my...
Your homosexuality. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's all
Can we do one episode without alluding to the fact that I'm a closeted gay man?
I mean, if you didn't make it so easy, sure, Bobby.
Thrill me.
There's gorillas in these woods.
Mortis, what's that?
It's all in the reflexes.
Chicken's good. I like chicken.
I'd buy that for $1.
Die in the wind.
Die in the wind.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I drink your milkshake.
Carpet Day!
You make me want to be a better man.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time!
See you at the party, Richter.
You're listening to the Not For Everyone podcast. My name's Snobby Bobby. It's been a long time. Right in front of me in the cuck chair is a crude, rude dude. And he has something to confess. Crude, rude dude, the floor is yours.
Did I have something to confess? Are we still talking about Mexican pastries? I don't like this chair anymore, Bobby.
You have something to apologize for.
What the fuck am I
You
apologizing
have
for?
something to apologize
To who?
to the audience.
Oh, because it's been so long since we recorded?
Yeah.
And it's probably my fault?
It is your fault.
Sure, it's my fault.
All right, moving on.
There you
This
go.
is the Not For Everyone podcast. Crude, rude dude's been real busy lately.
I've been busy. Busy man. Busy
And,
man.
I wanted to ask, it's been a little while. How was your Easter holiday? What do you do? What is the hedonist pagan clown boy
I'm not pagan.
do on Easter?
I have a particular deity that I pray to.
It's Dracula.
It's Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Dracula's like the Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Godzilla's like the God.
Dracula's the son of God.
Yeah,
Zilla.
yeah, exactly. He's like Godzilla's Jesus. So no, I'm a big fan of
And
Dracula.
the Holy Spirit is
give me-
Burgle Cut from Willow.
Nah, he was an asshole. Godzilla brings retribution. Burgle Cut wants the rent. Fuck that guy. You know what I mean? He's like, this is my place, you pay me. Fuck that dude.
Is that what? No, he wasn't mad about. He was like they ruined the crops or something with their Elwyn magic.
Nah, he was trying to sell him more beans or some shit. Burgle Cut was extorting fucking Willow Lovegood. We're not talking about Burgle Cut right now.
Burgle Cut's still alive.
Nah, he's dead. He died like miniature giant.
Do little people have short lifespans the way Andre the Giant does?
The way their
way they're built?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
They're more likely to get like sucked away by a.
We're not talking about
gust of
Easter
wind.
anymore, Bobby. We're not talking about Easter.
How do you think the little people celebrate Easter? Adam?
They dress as bunnies and they hide eggs.
They eat very tiny hams.
They might. We do eat a lot of ham. That's always been a tradition. But we started a new tradition this year. I went to visit my mother, my beautiful, lovely mother. It was a good time. And she sent me a picture. She knows I'm a fan of Godzilla. So she sent me a picture of Godzilla ravaging a bunch of peeps. And I was like, we're going to do that. We're going to recreate that for Easter. So we took some of the Godzillas off of the Godzilla altar at my house. And myself and King, we went to grandmother's house. And here's some pictures.
I mean, I see it. That's great.
Isn't that beautiful?
Like, you could really break down the actual symbolism of that, considering you've defied and denied and rejected the traditional concept of Easter. And
What's that?
Replaced your deity, or not replaced, but your deity is Godzilla.
Yeah.
As opposed, Godzilla.
He's taking the place of the
of
God
Jesus.
Before. Well, just like Jesus replaced whatever the Easter gods were before that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, Easter was
The
a
Easter
pagan.
god. It was a Easter. It was Harvey.
It was a pagan holiday.
I looked up and I saw a 6-foot rabbit.
It was long before Jeebus existed. There was people being worshipped on Easter Day. So I'm just saying Godzilla. So what we did is we watched Godzilla movies all day long. We watched like 5 Godzilla movies. We ate a lot of ham. I'm a ham guy. And I love a feast holiday when a feast holiday has ham. If it doesn't have ham, like...
Do you eat ham on Christmas?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Christmas is always a weird one because you just had turkey.
But why not have ham? Well, so what do you have at Christmas then?
I usually get a nice steak lately.
Steak for Christmas?
Last few years.
No, I'll eat a
Maybe
ham
I'll eat a
ham at Thanksgiving.
Maybe a prime rib.
I'll eat a ham at Christmas. I'll eat a ham at Easter. Shit, I'll eat a ham tomorrow. Like, you give me a ham, I'll eat it.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that at all.
We had it was like a pineapple glaze. It was sweet ham. He cooked it and like had pineapples on it while he cooked it. It was good. It was some good ass ham. My mom made my favorite
it's
casserole.
like a Hawaiian thing.
Broccoli cheese casserole. Mm-hmm. It had like the rice.
I agree because I don't fucking like green beans in general.
I like it.
They're fine.
I like it all right.
I mean, it's
fine.
like I feel a way about green beans as I would like fucking I don't know like carpet cleaner. It's like whatever. It's like it's something.
I don't want to eat carpet cleaner.
No, I'm just saying like it's like I mean neither here nor there about. I guess I value carpet cleaner more than fucking green beans.
What you like, green beans or okra better?
Okra all day.
Yeah. Well, you could. Nobody fries up green beans.
But to what I was
Good,
what I was
should.
what I was getting at is people. It's always a choice between like the cool guy brings the broccoli cheese casserole.
Yeah.
And then like fucking Meemaw brings the green bean casserole. I don't like green bean casserole.
I've had some baller green bean casserole over the years.
Now,
I
do
didn't
you
like it when I was younger either. When I was a kid, I didn't care for it.
Here's the real question: in broccoli cheese casserole, do you put the rice in it?
Oh fuck yeah!
You do? I never do. It is good. I'll eat
Rice, broccoli, cheese.
Ritz crackers.
Well, you put Ritz, huh? We go with a can of
A lot of butter.
A can of cream of milk, cream of mushroom.
Rico cheese.
No, cream of mushroom soup. Put a can of cream of mushroom soup in there. The broccoli, the cheese, the rice, salt.
What kind of
pepper.
you don't use Velveeta?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, man. You always get Velveeta, which is fake cheese, by the way. It's not real.
It's good.
It's good. It is good. But I was like, I'm gonna see how like you always you make queso.
Well, if it's not cheese, what is it?
It's some sort of fucking industrial runoff chemical that they made look like cheese and taste like cheese and melt like synthetic cheese.
No.
But I was like, I'm gonna see what it takes to like make chili con queso with like real shit, and it's like not nearly. I mean, it's just as easy.
Is it?
It's just you got to pour like a couple more containers than just you're not so lazy that you just want to drop a block of industrial chemicals and then put a can of Rotel in there.
Yeah.
This is just like evaporated milk and like real cheese. That's the only difference.
Right. You just add some liquid in there with the cheese.
Yeah.
And melts it
Bingo.
all up.
Bingo.
Right.
God, I love cheese. Who doesn't love cheese?
Cheese is great. We had some cheese with our dinner tonight. Cheese on our tacos. Tell us about the tacos you made, Bobby.
Are we still on food talk?
Are we? What were we talking about? Did we change the subject?
We're talking about Easter, but yeah, that leads to food ultimately. That's what I wanted to do.
Ham.
Yeah, I think that's good on food talk. Let's go to movie recap.
Movie? I thought you were going to tell us what you cook like a Mexican pot roast. So we had tacos with the.
Yeah, there it is.
You're in a real cunt of a movie. What is your problem, Bobby? What's wrong with you?
I'm done talking about food.
You want some of this biscuit?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, fuck you. Movie recap. I've been watching a lot of movies. I went and saw one in the theater, and I even saw it twice. And I didn't want to see it twice. I didn't want to see it once. I didn't like it neither time.
Is this recently?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't The Boy Who Could Fly.
No.
All right.
It was a Minecraft movie.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let me ask you a question.
Boy.
This is about I'm not going to try to, move this topic somewhere else.
Like you always do. Like you're
Right,
about
and
to
this
do.
is a good faith question.
You're actually going to ask about the movie I
Like
talked about.
what? I don't know what. Like I know what it is, but what is Minecraft?
It's a video game.
No, I know that, but like, what's the premise of it? Is it like Legos? That's what I've gathered peripherally.
No, you
about.
like mine and you craft.
Right, but why?
There's a storyline to it that you can follow. You can like.
What kind of shitty Last Starfighter test is Minecraft?
I don't play Minecraft. I'm not a Minecraft fan. I've never played the video game because there's not enough killing.
And you're also not 7 years old.
I just want wholesale slaughter in video games and maybe some weird storyline, but that's what I want. In Minecraft, my kid, he plays it. You run around, you break little blocks, and you take those blocks, you turn those blocks into something else, and you build a house, and you build a boat, and then at night, zombies attack.
That's it, huh?
That's it. And then you can go fight a boss at some point, but you can just basically play forever. And people use it to build they built like the Library of Congress in Minecraft. Like you can do that like Legos, right?
So it's like interactive Legos.
So it's like a game that you really couldn't see him making a movie out of.
Now, when they did
that would make sense for what the game is.
Yeah, I want to get back to that, but like when I assumed this, I didn't know if I was correct in it, but if you look at like the new Zelda games, like not Breath of the Wild,
Tears
of the Kingdom, and then the one where you play a Zelda that's the top down
Echoes or whatever.
Yeah, is that kind of like trying to do a Minecraft thing by like you can build things and construct things? It's opening up that side of the genre.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a Minecraft thing.
Right, but you don't think they were like, Minecraft's real big, how can we interject something like that into Zelda? You know what I mean?
Sure. So a Minecraft movie.
What happened to Jack Black?
He sold the fuck out.
What happened to him? I don't like it. I found him very annoying.
I don't like him anymore. I love Jack Black forever. I'll tell you when I stopped liking Jack Black is when he canceled Tenacious D's tour for Kyle Gass making a joke about shooting the president. Like, fuck you, Jack Black. You've been cracking bad jokes for decades. Now, all of a sudden, you got a fucking conscience. You shouldn't make those
I think
jokes.
that was probably more industry pressure than him making that.
Yeah, and fuck that.
Okay.
I don't want to. I can't lose my Disney contract.
Yeah, exactly. It's millions of dollars, right?
Fucking gay. Dude's got enough money. He's got enough fucking money already.
So when do you think that Jack Black officially kind of started to fall off?
I mean, it was somewhere between School of Rock and the Super Mario Brother movie.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Because School of Rock I love that movie.
It's all right. It's good.
I watch it. It's a good comfort food movie. But okay, well, was he in Jumanji maybe was the start of it? Was it before that?
Was he in Jumanji?
I believe so.
With Robin Williams?
No, not that one. The one with The Rock.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I think
it was around that time. Pick of Destiny was fine. I liked him in High Fidelity. I liked him in Never Ending Story 3. I liked him in Mr. Show.
Right. And that was all when Jack Black had integrity. And he wasn't like, I'm going to be the guy that will take on any if you need an A-lister in a weird, something that needs to be funny, I'm that A-lister.
If
That's
there-
who Jack Black is now.
If there is a soundtrack to my senior year of high school, not because it had anything to do.
I don't give a fuck about the soundtrack. I'm trying to talk about a Minecraft movie. I got so much to say about this.
Hold on.
And you just took it off in the left.
We're-
You make my movie recap about your 9th grade jerk-off story. So please continue, Bobby.
We're talking about Jack Black. And then we'll get back to the Minecraft thing. Because you're about to bitch about. See, I'm setting up a fucking format here.
Just get on with it.
You're about to talk about how you didn't like Minecraft. But we're going to preface all that by saying, because I'm going to assume that's what you're saying. I'm going, what happened to Jack Black? Now, if there was one soundtrack to my senior year of high school, it was the first Tenacious D record. Like, we listened to that all the time. Jack Black's, I guess what I'm getting at, Jack Black is a big part of my life, but what happened and when? Is it money and fame? He kind of did like almost like a Seth Rogen thing where he's like, all right, enough's enough. Like, I'm kind of done with this guy.
I don't know how he got there, but I know where he is today.
He was in the Minecraft movie.
Exactly. So my kid wanted to see it, and he knew half the lines in the movie, and he wanted to go to the movie to scream these lines in public. And it's all, the whole draw of this movie to my kids' generation is Jack Black just yelling out the names of Minecraft items in a funny voice.
We truly live in idiocracy.
That's why they wanted to see it.
Because at least, in 1977, maybe parents didn't understand Star Wars and the hype with Star Wars.
Right.
But, like, at least it was like a fucking story.
Yeah.
And, like, had, cool new shit. This is just like, I'm just going to jack off all over internet app game culture.
Right. Let's make a movie.
And let's make a movie about
Let's
it.
make a movie about it. Now, it goes beyond that, though, Bobby. It goes so far beyond that. So, what do you think, your opinion, what is...
Why are you slurring?
What the fuck does it matter, Bobby? Can I not fucking talk without you fucking jumping all over? Can I finish a fucking sentence?
I was just asking why you're slurring.
I don't give a fuck.
Are you okay?
About your question, Bobby.
You're cut off.
I will cut you. So, anywho, what do you think is Jack Black's best role? What do you think is his best movie?
It's
the
fucking...
penultimate Jack Black.
Like, Jack Black as Jack Black or his best performance?
I mean, not him playing himself.
No, I mean, but like, okay, well, my answer to your question on its face is Bernie.
Bernie, really?
Yeah, have you not seen Bernie?
I've seen Bernie, but I wouldn't say it's
But
his
that's like a
best.
legit performance. of
Nacho
his.
Libre, man. Nacho fucking Libre is like peak Jack Black doing stupid Jack Black.
That was probably, yeah.
It's a masterpiece.
I really like, what's his name who directed that?
Jared Hess. Yeah, I really
love,
like Jared Hess.
We watched Gentlemen Broncos.
Yeah, I watched Gentlemen Broncos not
fucking-
long ago, and it was great.
I
It
don't
was
know
great.
why that movie is not well known.
Well-
a household name.
I don't know if you ever know what happened to Jared Hess, but he directed the fucking Minecraft movie.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Bringing it back around. I had no idea.
Yes. So when I go in to watch this movie with my kid, the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, it's a Jared Hess film. I'm like, well, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
It was not a good
So
thing.
did Jared Hess go the way of Jack Black, is what you're saying?
I mean, it was a paycheck.
Yeah.
It
was
had-
probably his biggest paycheck.
It had Jermaine in it.
Did it have any kind of like quirky, weird humor?
Yeah, it was a bad comedy. It was a bad...
But
it was-
I mean, did it feel Jared Hess?
No, it did not feel like Napoleon Dynamite. It did not feel like Napoleon Dynamite meets Minecraft, which would have been great.
Well, it's all the Napoleon Dynamites of the world and the kids today that probably play Minecraft, right? It's kind of a nerd thing,
It's
isn't
not
it?
just the autistic,
It's not.
Bobby. It's not just for the autistic anymore. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me of something I want to bring up.
People love Minecraft. It's a well-beloved game.
Yeah.
It's not my bag. It's not your bag. But
See, I never understood like farm simulators. and
nah,
shit.
I don't want to play that shit. I want to go kill stuff.
Yeah,
I wanna go kill.
that is not.
Maybe like ride on a skateboard.
Like I thought it was a troll. I saw like
fight in the street.
it was something ridiculous. I saw at Target or Walmart. It was like Tractor Simulator. It was it was something stupid like that where you're like, I thought someone like planted this as a piece of like performance art
No, it's
into the
real.
store. No, it's real, and it's a very big following of those games.
The whole subgenre of like boring simulator.
You can
games.
blame the Japanese for that though, because you have to do all that shit in even those turn-based RPGs of the early '90s. You had to have farms and shit a lot of times.
They wanted to give you like a full experience.
You also had to do it a lot in like those. I forgot what they were called. There's an acronym like the original Warcraft and like StarCraft, where you have like it's like a strategy, kind of top-down strategy. You have to have someone go off and mine shit to build weapons and all that shit. You know?
Yeah, resources and whatnot.
Yeah. That's
So
kind of akin to that.
So it wasn't just all that was bad about the Minecraft movie. It was that thing I hate, Bobby, where it's like, let's put people in with CGI where the CGI doesn't really line up with them. You know, it's like the lighting in this movie, when you see the way the characters are lit, it doesn't look like they're standing in the Minecraft world. You know, like they're like bottom lit and they're standing in a Minecraft village. Just like, it just looks stupid.
Do you think that was a conscious choice, or it was just like it just looked bad?
It just looked bad. It was just bad CGI. It just looked bad. It just wasn't good. I don't know. My kid loved it. He loved it the second time.
Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Like, did you understand? Like, did it have like a story you could follow?
It was the generic story of a kid that doesn't really have friends. He's kind of a nerd, but he's really smart, you know, and their mom died and his older sister's raising him and they moved to a new town.
Oh, it's like a boy who could fly.
Sure. And then his friend that he makes is Jason Momoa, who was
creepy.
Who was and see, like the first 20 minutes, I'm like, this could be good. This could be funny.
He makes friends with like a grown Polynesian man?
Yeah, his name's like Garrett the Garbage Man.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah. So he runs like a video game shop.
Even worse.
But he's down on his luck and broke. And so those two meet, and then
you saw that a lot in the 80s of like the grown man befriends the like estranged lonely kid.
Yeah.
And I guess it's coming back like Sling Blade's they nailed that with that one.
Right, for sure.
Sling Blade. Mm-hmm. So it's like Sling Blade?
It's like Sling Blade, Bobby. It's like
Jason
Sling Blade
Momoa's like,
and Minecraft, directed by the guy who made Napoleon Dynamite. You should go check it out. Go watch it.
No, I have so many more questions for you about this movie. We'll do a long one tonight because it's been a while.
I got places, I got a child.
So wait. So I'll end with this about the Minecraft movie. Sure. You said you took your son. He loved it. He wanted to shout at the screen. I just want to check in. He wasn't the only kid shouting at the screen, right?
He didn't really shout at the top of his lungs. He was pretty.
I thought it was it was not like a Rocky Horror.
No, but that's how they were set. Like, there's been news stories of kids, teenagers, like throwing popcorn and throwing chickens and all screaming and going crazy at the Minecraft.
That sounds like PR shit.
Well, the kids wanted to see that. That's what little kids, like 12-year-olds, like, I want to go see that at the theater.
They made it seem like it's a party.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And was it?
No.
It wasn't a party.
It was just a regular movie.
Maybe if you went on opening night or something. You've seen it twice?
Yeah.
Was one more of a party than the other viewing? It's about the same as going to see fucking When Harry Met Sally, right?
It's about the same.
You're just sitting there.
I'm just sitting there watching.
I mean, I remember when I saw one of the first movies I saw in the theater when I was allowed to go by myself was Three Ninjas Hiding at Mega Mountain.
Right.
I've told this story before. Me and my buddy were the only ones in there. We started.
So glad you're telling.
We started roundhouse kicking through that fucking theater, having a good old time, shadow boxing and shit.
And you get thrown out?
No, because they were just stoked someone was there to see the fourth Three Ninjas movie.
Right. I'm sure. So that's what I watched was Minecraft. Let's not take it down memory lane again, Bobby. Okay, we don't need a third fucking memory lane story with you as I talk about Minecraft. What did you watch, motherfucker?
This has been on the like my list forever. I was just in kind of a 70s. I'm kind of tapped out on 80s horror. I've seen pretty much all of it.
You've seen it all, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't say that like, of course I've seen it all. It's just like I've just seen a lot of it. So it's like I got to get on par in the 70s. I've seen a lot of 70s too, but I was like I got to get like the essentials knocked out with the 70s that I haven't seen yet. And one of which is probably my favorite movie that I've seen this year.
Okay.
1976. All right, let me just read you this cast. Karen Black.
Oh, yeah.
Betty White.
Oh.
Burgess Meredith.
Black and White. And the Penguin.
And
what?
Lead role, the great Oliver Reed.
Is it like the
movie's called Burnt Offerings from
Yeah.
76.
Burnt Offerings is badass.
So that's the cast right there, right? And it kind of looks like kind of a throwaway, like if you look at the box and read the thing and don't realize who's in it, it kind of feels like a kind of a shitty whatever Italian movie from the 70s or whatever. You know what I mean? Grindhouse kind of shit. But no, that's the cast. And I was realizing as watching it is like Oliver Reed, I'm sure he's been in bad movies, but I've never seen one of them.
Sure.
And I've never seen a half-assed phoned-in performance from him either. Like,
Now, Oliver Reed means business.
The Brood, Ken Russell's The Devils, now Burnt Offerings, fucking
Baron
Gladiator,
Munchausen.
Baron Munchausen. Like,
he always plays it
he
straight.
does The Brood. Did I say The Brood?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, he's never disappointed me. I'm sure he's in bad movies.
Sure.
And this does not break that rule at all. Burnt Offerings is kind of cliche in what it's about. However,
Family moves to an old mansion.
it's kind of Fall of the House of Usher meets Poltergeist. Not even Poltergeist. I'm trying to. It's not so much about like you see like the dad going crazy is kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
You got like The Shining was the best of that, and then you had stuff like fucking Amityville Horror and things like that. And this one, it's just the house.
It's usually the dad's going crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely part of it, but really, the house is making everyone go crazy, mom and dad.
And the child.
And here's the kick. So they're the family. The child's Davy and Oliver Reed and his wife, and then Aunt whatever is Betty White's character. They go to move into
Betty
this
Davis.
weird old mansion. The wife is like oddly, like kind of obsessed with it immediately,
Right.
And she's like begging him. But here's the kicker.
Isn't there like a weird chauffeur that throws him out a window or something?
No.
He's fucking badass.
Yeah, no. But they rent it from Burgess Meredith, who's like this creepy old man in a wheelchair, and his sister. And they're like, look, it's like $900 to rent this fucking mansion.
Don't worry about the price. We're just trying to.
It's like $900.
It's a renter's market.
I guess it's like for the year or something.
Right.
For the lease. And they're like, the only catch is like, our mother lives in like the upstairs window box apartment. She doesn't come out ever.
Right.
You just got to feed her 3 times a day. You got to you leave a tray of food outside of her door.
Right.
And then just hijinks ensue. It's like the best slow burn, like haunt. Is it a haunted house? I don't know. It's like, it's really good. And it's really, really recommended. And it's, I'm very excited to have watched it.
It sounds better than the Minecraft movie. And I've seen Burnt Offerings. It is better than the Minecraft
Yeah,
movie.
it is.
By far.
You're remembering this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I remembered it as soon as you said it.
Karen Black looking fucking top of her game in the looks department.
Looking fly. Oliver Reed being all tough. The house being all
that's
crazy.
That's the thing. Oliver Reed, I never thought, like, he's like portrayed as like sexy dad in this movie.
Yeah.
Like he's like ripped and shit.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Oliver Reed's like that classic fucking tough guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's like barrel chested. He's like, he'll
fuck you up.
He'll fuck you up. He'll fuck you up.
And then Karen Reed's got this like 70s mom thing going on where I'm sure she's like supposed to be like 29 or something.
Karen Black.
Yeah. What did I say?
Reed.
Karen. Who the fuck is Karen Reed?
Oliver Reed's wife. I assume is what you were going at with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mixed it up there. Yeah, I recommend Burnt Offerings. What else do you got?
I watched that new on the Peacock. They, I guess Universal is just going to keep doing stuff with their properties that are Universal monsters because they made a new Wolfman.
Yeah,
and it's a Wolfman with
he's got nards.
Probably. It's got that girl with the curly hair from Ozark.
Yeah.
And that's the only person in it I'd recognize.
Now this is a theater release.
It came out in the theater, I think,
for like a day.
Maybe it's on Peacock now.
Now is this when they were trying to do like the? Is this the universe that they did like the Tom Cruise Mummy in?
It didn't seem like it was connected to anything else. It seemed like a decent little werewolf story.
Yeah.
And it started out as a decent little werewolf story, like they're out
like the Wolfman, the story of the Wolfman, basically.
I mean, there was no gypsy curse.
No.
Yeah, it's none of that.
That's not that's not PC anymore.
I guess. But no, it's this guy and his family, and when he was a kid, his dad was a hunter, and his dad was real scary and mean at him. Like, oh, you can't go out in those woods by yourself. I'll take you hunting, but you better stay 3 feet away from me. And anyways, like some wolf guy attacks him out in the woods.
Probably because there's a wolf man out there.
There's a wolf man.
Knows about it.
He did know about it, right? And so then, fast forward to 20, 30 years later, that kid's grown up and he's got a daughter of his own, and his dad's died or long since disappeared.
All right, I'm already
woods.
bored by this.
Exactly. Takes his family from New York out to the woods. Wolfman attacks. They're stuck in their house. The Wolfman shows back up. Yeah. Plot twist: the Wolfman's
This
his
is
dad.
just the great outdoors.
It's just not. It just wasn't that engaging. And the
And
Wolfman
he eats a giant steak at the local restaurant in town.
eats the gristle and fat. No,
Yeah.
it's not the great outdoors.
The
The
old
great outdoors
96er.
is great. The great outdoors
They rent
is
a
awesome.
jet boat instead of a pontoon boat.
Quit explaining the fucking great outdoors, dipshit. Talking about this lame ass Wolfman movie. No, I didn't like about it the most was the Wolfman himself, because there was some cool effects where like it goes into like Wolfman vision, where like
Yeah.
it's what he can see, but he can't understand his family and they can't understand him. He's just like talking in gibberish, but he can hear him, and it shows him it's all like dreamlike and they have like glowy eyes.
He's possessed by the Wolfman.
He is the Wolfman.
Oh, he's like a dog. That's how a dog probably.
Really?
Right?
Maybe
they're
that's
like,
what
I
it
don't know
is.
what the fuck they're saying, but they're like, I know that's my family.
Right. Could have been dog.
And my
vision.
wife swears that our dogs can read and write, but like whatever, that's a different.
They're all
conversation.
chow chows. So, anywho, the Wolfman looks stupid. It just looks like a hairy guy with sharp teeth. There's like a couple minimal body horror scenes, you know, and like usually you can expect some pretty good body horror from a werewolf movie.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like the werewolf thing bar is set so fucking high by pretty early on. I mean, the original one looks fine for the time or whatever, but like the Howling and American Werewolf in London, like even like that transformation's like just important now.
Yeah.
Even Cat People, which wasn't a werewolf, but they're werepanthers or whatever.
There was
I'm
some
like,
body horror.
they're like,
elements.
we've got to do like a pretty solid fucking transformation, or it's not gonna go well.
Or what are we doing here? Yeah, you
What
can't
are
have
we-
somebody
yeah.
that's turned into a wolf or an animal and not show them turn into that
Yeah, I
wolf
mean,
or
I didn't
animal.
make the rules, but the rules are there. So
See, I like the way the old Lon Chaney Wolfman looked, right? He didn't have the big snout.
no,
But he looked cool. He had the pointy ears on his head, the monstrous face.
yeah,
Like this was just like a hairy dude.
that's like just me.
He's
running
got
around.
long nails. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just like me after like camping for a week.
It's you if like you started getting like some weird disease on your face and your hair started falling out. He was like a hair falling out werewolf.
Oh, kind of like yeah,
Like a
weird.
mangy dog.
Yeah,
like
weird.
me running
I'm
around.
intrigued. I'm a little intrigued.
Check it out. You
Maybe
like,
just see that part. It's not now. This isn't Benicio del Toro playing
no,
the Wolfman.
that was a different one altogether. Which I think that one tried to take the story of the original one, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I think it was
The original's
gypsies.
pretty good. It's not my favorite Universal. I watched it probably a couple years ago, and I was like, I understand. Like, this is a very watchable movie from the 1940s, but like,
Yeah,
you know, it's not the.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
It's no Creature from the Black Lagoon. I'll tell you that much.
Everybody loves the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Now, speaking of not the Creature from the Black Lagoon, I watched a little. Hold on, let me. I'm gonna see what you.
Pull up your list, Bobby. Quiz me.
This is gonna really make you mad. I think
Great. Would you watch Full House, the movie?
the Hawaiian style.
There is one, huh?
There's one where they go to Disney too, or maybe there's just a couple of episodes when they jump the shark. There's a part of there's those episodes in even like Seinfeld where they like it's on the beach and shit, you know.
Yeah.
They did that on Friends for a few episodes. They did it on Saved by the Bell. Where they like go work at the beach for the summer. You a big Saved by the Bell fan at least?
No.
Like I get you making fun of Full House, but like you don't like Saved by the Bell.
No, dude.
Did you ever watch it?
I was around when it was coming out, yes.
But and you just rejected it from the beginning.
Yeah, just bullshit.
You know who's a big Saved by the Bell fan is Billy Bob Thornton.
Doesn't make it better.
I watched 1987's the first Jim Varney Ernest movie, which is
Ernest goes to jail.
nope.
Ernest
It's an Ernest Goes To, I'll tell you that much.
goes to camp.
Yes.
Ernest goes to camp.
I watched Ernest Goes to Camp.
Why would I be mad about that? Because you just live off your
hate
childhood
things.
nostalgia.
You hate things that are bring me joy. Like Ernest Goes to Camp.
Full House.
It's not a. I have very mixed feelings about Ernest in general,
Really? I've always loved Jim Varney.
but it's not funny. Is it funny?
I haven't watched an Ernest movie since I was
Right.
like 12.
It's funny when you're 12.
And I don't want to go back and watch them. I would rather like
Enjoy the mythology of
exactly then go back and watch it. Like,
See,
oh,
I got
this
a
is
bad
terrible.
habit of that stuff, doing that stuff.
You know the only one that doesn't let me down? Fucking Godzilla. Those get better with age. Even the dumb shit ones.
Well,
Anyway.
speaking of dumb shits, Ernest is, if you don't know, the bumbling, lovable fool of a took. from the 1980s, played by Jim Varney. Like, he's just a guy.
He's just a guy.
There's nothing to him. He's a guy.
He's just a stupid,
He's got kind of a
guy.
Southern thing. He's a lovable, bumbling man who falls off of ladders and gets into hijinks, fights trolls with milk squirt guns.
From time to time.
Very
when
weird.
the necessity arises.
But this was kind of, let's say, like set the pace for Ernest. Like, I think this is a pretty well celebrated movie. The great John Vernon is in it, playing a John Vernon character. You might remember him as the cop from Killer Clowns from Outer Space that kind of looks like like fake Gene Hackman.
Yeah, guy got turned into a puppet.
Yeah.
I love John
guy,
Vernon.
John Vernon. It's I'm not going to say that it was the phenomenon where I'm like, oh, fuck this movie now that I've watched it as an adult, but it was also like, if I watched this now and didn't have any kind of feelings for it, I'd be like turning it off immediately.
So what you're telling me
Ernest Goes to Camp
is you think that Full House is more watchable now than Ernest movies.
No, I didn't say that at all.
But you do watch Full House.
No, I don't. Not really. I watch Full House once in a blue moon. I try to watch like the second season. Because you want that season where Michelle's like not a baby anymore, right? You want to start getting into like, she's at least a toddler. Those are like the Conan O'Brien years of Full House. Right. You want to get it probably before.
That's real weird, Bobby.
Before the twins show up, you know. That's something that got weird.
What are you talking about?
I mean, there was an episode where they didn't really know what to do with Michelle because, like, she was at this awkward, like, prepubescent, but not as cute as she was when she was a baby kind of thing going on. So they put her in an episode where she falls off of
Is Michelle the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen?
Yeah. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. There's an episode where she falls off her horse, has, like, a bad spout of amnesia, and doesn't remember that her mother died. And they have to like sit her down and explain to her for the second time in their life. I guess she was a young baby the first time it happened. But
I will say this: Lori Loughlin was hot.
Yeah, Rad. Who doesn't love Rad?
Was that her name?
No, she was in Rad.
Oh,
the Hal Needham movie about BMXing.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
that too.
What were we talking about there? Ernest Goes to Camp. I don't know. It's an Ernest movie. It's the first Ernest movie.
I remember being 7 years old, and I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. And I was going to keep that.
Yeah, keep it there.
I'm going to keep it there. I don't need to go back to it.
I'd say that's smart.
Yeah.
That's a smart interpretation of my review of Ernest Goes to Camp from 1987. All
right. Is it my turn? So, what else did I watch? There's the Marvel stuff. I know you hate. And it's fine. And it's gotten pretty bad.
I'm dipping into DC lately.
Yeah. Like the books?
No, I'm kind of like the movies that seem interesting. I haven't seen a single DC movie since like Batman.
You should watch the Penguin television show.
Yeah. Like that's what kind of got me on that road. That was a good one.
That shit's good. So I've been watching maybe the best thing that Marvel has made in a good number of years.
Swamp Thing.
That's DC.
Man Thing.
They haven't made a Man Thing yet. But Daredevil Born Again.
Marvel Knights.
So, in the vein of Marvel Knights, they started those Netflix series all those years ago. We got like 3 seasons of Daredevil, and they were pretty legit. They were good. I've gone back and rewatched them, and they're kind of long-winded. They're kind of long in the tooth.
Now, Ben Affleck plays them in this one?
No. It's some dude. It was the dude that was in Boardwalk Empire. Yeah, it was one of the guys.
Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, it was a guy from Boardwalk Empire.
Steve Buscemi isn't he in that show?
No. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is in Boardwalk Empire.
So you're telling me that Steve Buscemi plays Daredevil?
Steve Buscemi plays Daredevil. You got Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin.
He's like, can I have more fucking pancakes?
And that's really the dynamic, is you got the Kingpin, you got Daredevil, right? And it's a great storyline between the two. They introduced the Punisher back then in that show too.
I always thought King Kong Bundy from wrestling should play Kingpin. I'm pretty sure he's dead now.
He's dead now, but he would have made a good Kingpin.
He would have made a great.
I don't
think King Kong Bundy died like 20 years ago.
He's as powerful an actor as Vince D'Onofrio, though.
I don't know, man.
I mean, have you ever seen Full Metal Jacket or Men in Black?
WrestleMania 2?
Yes, when he fought Hulk Hogan.
Is that right?
Yes.
I just pulled a random WrestleMania that sounded right out of my ass.
Hulk Hogan.
The first WrestleMania was Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Correct, and that's not what we're fucking talking
And then there was
about.
Jimmy's Superfly Snooker.
Shut up!
The Junkyard Dog.
We're talking about the Daredevil Born Again show.
Yeah.
So
Starring Steve Buscemi.
they're revisiting the Netflix. This is a continuation of the Netflix series.
Is this a series?
It's a series,
It's on Netflix?
and it's on Disney Plus.
Okay, so it's a continuation from the Netflix one, though.
Yes, and so
So they're just trying to get you to bounce around to these streaming services.
no, all the old Daredevil Netflix shit is on Disney Plus now. It's not on Netflix
Oh, yeah,
anymore.
because they own Marvel.
Yeah,
That makes
they own it all
sense.
now. But anywho, so this Daredevil Born Again show is great. I mean, there's been some episodes that are kind of slow. There's been some episodes that are just absolute bangers. But the last episode of the Daredevil show may be the best episode of television ever, just because it has Daredevil and the Punisher just fucking shit up. Like the Punisher kills like 27 dirty cops or something.
So it's better than when they had to tell Michelle that her mom died.
Yes, it's better than that. In this episode, it was directed by these guys, Bennett and Moorhead. They've made a couple of movies.
Sounds like a law firm.
I know, right? Let me see. What was that one? It's like a Lovecraftian movie of theirs they made. And I was very impressed with them.
With like the hot little girl on the island where there's like a Leviathan.
Maybe. They're like at a camp or something, like kind of a cult camp.
What I'm thinking of is just like this one girl on an island. I can't remember the name of it. But there's like a fucking tentacled monster like right out in the water.
No, there's a movie called The Endless.
Okay.
The Endless. And it's about like these people like are joining a cult and he's trying to get his sister out of the cult.
I've seen that.
And there's like, so the
It's
guys.
a UFO cult?
No, it's like a Lovecraft cult.
Oh.
Anyway, so those guys directed a bunch of episodes of this Daredevil Born Again. The last episode, spoiler alert, fast forward if you don't want to know, the Kingpin like has this dude's head in his hands and he just smashes his skull, like the top part off and the jaw to the side, and they just like, and he's like in front of a bunch of cops. The Kingpin's the mayor of fucking New York. He gets elected mayor in the fucking show. And so he just like smashes this dude's head in front of all these cops. And it's like, it's fantastic practical gore. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow, the fuck, they actually did that in a goddamn Marvel Disney property. Mwah, fucking chef's kiss, man. Like that last episode of Daredevil Born Again, top notch. Top notch.
Aside from like realistically looking blunt force trauma from King Kong Bundy,
Kingpin Bundy.
was it a good show though?
Yeah, it's a good show. I really enjoy it. I like the characters. I like that they're doing stuff that's. I've read a bunch of the old Frank Miller Daredevil, right? I've read a bunch of the really iconic Daredevil runs, and they're great.
Ones that Ninja Turtles were based on.
Yeah, and they're real good because he's fighting ninjas and he's fighting he fights street level crime though, right? It's not like he's not fighting Thanos and shit. He's fighting the guy on the street, and they do a really good job. And he's a lawyer, right? He's a lawyer, so you get some of his lawyer shit. But it's the violence. It's
His
really
name?
what I like. Is
Bob Braddock. What's his name?
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
The violence
Bob Braddock.
that Bob Braddock brings
Matt Murdock.
on the Bad Boys is beautiful. So yeah, watch Daredevil Born Again.
Cool. Yeah. Speaking of, I started reading. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I was reading. Because I've always heard good things about it. I read the last Ronin, the Ninja Turtles. Ronin.
Tell me about it, Ronan.
It's. I get the hype. I haven't read a lot of Ninja Turtles comics, not any time recently, at least. But
They're making a movie of it.
no, I know. That's why I wanted to read it.
Is it violent as fuck?
It's very like.
Is it Daredevil as fuck?
Yeah, it's kind of, it's dark. Would I be wrong in saying like Daredevil was one of those eras in comics where it was like starting to acknowledge that their audience was growing up and they got a little more adult.
Frank Miller, man.
Yeah,
That was
the
what
80s.
gave Frank Miller his.
But you think of Frank Miller Batman, and then I guess Daredevil would be right up there as far as that kind of stuff goes, right?
Well, he did all that shit before he did Dark Knight.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
The Watchmen. Did you do The Watchmen? Oh, that was Alan Moore. That was around the same time, though.
Stop talking. You're making yourself look bad.
That was around the same time.
Sure. It's right around the same time.
When did Grant Morrison do The Invisibles?
That was in the 90s.
Is it The Invisibles?
He did Doom Patrol in the 80s, though.
What is there something called The Invincibles?
There's something called Invincible,
Invincible, yeah. I was
And then
making sure I
there's
wasn't confusing with that.
The Invisibles.
The Invisibles is the shit.
Have you watched the show Invincible?
No. We have the comics. I've never read them, though. I think my wife was reading them for a while.
So, I guess I didn't tell this story on here, did I?
I don't think so.
So I've been watching Invincible, the show. It's fantastic. It's one of the best superhero cartoons out there, or stories. And so my friend at work had the omnibuses of Invincible, and it's 3 of them. And she's like, I got them all. If you want to borrow them, I was like, shit, yeah. So I borrowed the first one. I read it in a weekend. Whole thing, like this fucking thick, right? Girthy. Got through that. And then the second one I read over like the next week because I had to work and shit. And I got the third one and read it on a Sunday. So I read the entire run of Invincible. I mean, it's amazing. Robert Kirkman, the guy who made The Walking Dead. And The Walking Dead comic is way better than that show. That show was good for like 3 seasons. And then it just went kablooey, you know? It just went off the deep end. But Invincible is a story about a guy, like imagine if your dad is Superman, right? But then you find out that your dad is, his Superman race is really there to conquer the planet. Like he was actually sent to conquer the planet.
Right.
Do you join him? Do you stop him? What do you do?
Right.
That's Invincible. And then when you get like halfway through the series, it turns into fucking Space War. It's a goddamn Space War. It's fucking awesome.
You know this one? Great big gobs of greasy, grimy gopher gut, mutilated monkey meat, chocolate little piggy feet, French fried eyeballs swimming in a pool of blood. That sure tastes good.
Henry, come on down here. Behind his smile lies a secret.
Here, made 2 of them, so we could be brothers. Hey, Mark, come on, let's go. Where are we going?
Behind his eyes lies a plan.
Who is he? Mr. Highway. Wow. What are you gonna do with him?
And behind the image of a good son
Coming?
So what are you guys up to out there?
Sorry, Mom. Top secret. Where are we going? We're here.
lies the terrifying truth.
Say goodbye. You know you did? You could have killed people. I feel sorry for you. You just don't know how to have fun. What? You're a doctor. You know things.
Well, some things.
What if there was this boy? And he did these terrible things because he liked doing them. Such a sweet little thing. It'd be too bad if something were to happen to her. Would you say he was evil?
I don't believe in evil.
You should.
When innocence is just a mask,
Do you really think I'd hurt her? You wouldn't. Poor Mark. So violent.
when trust becomes a weapon, then anyone can become the next victim.
Henry. No! Susan! If I let you go, you think you could fly?
Macaulay Culkin, the good son.
The Good Son.
1993's The Good Son. I must say, after watching that trailer, I've seen the movie one more time. Adam.
Just from watching that trailer, it gives a lot of the beats away.
The movie is in that trailer. Now, we brought in an expert witness for this review of The Good Son.
Yeah, we did. We got Sarah shuffling. Sarah shuffled her way in here to give us some insight on The Good Son. Wait, I got to read the thing. Let me read the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the IMDb description.
Okay.
A young boy stays with his aunt and uncle and becomes friends with his cousin. A boy of the same age who shows increasing signs of violent and psychopathic behavior.
Now,
That was good.
Now, Sarah, my wife, can you do me a favor and tell the folks at home why it is we would invite you on this episode, other than the fact that you did watch this the other night with me?
Well, it's one of my favorite movies from when I was a kid.
It's one of your favorite movies?
Yeah, I would put it up there for sure.
It's up there with
Well, I didn't
flowers
know-
in the attic.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was the answer I was looking for. Was like you work with
Oh, I work with kids.
but not just kids. You work with
The Good Son kids.
the good son kids.
some
Well,
some of
you have
them.
more experience with potential good son kids than we do.
Yes, this
We'll say
is
that.
correct.
You know that. It could just be your cousin. You just didn't happen to go for those 2 weeks when your mom died.
Okay. Well, this
true.
Right?
this was directed by Joe Rubin,
who made Sleeping with the Enemy
and Dreamscape.
And
The Stepfather with John Locke from Lost.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about The Stepfather.
Stepfather's that whole series is awesome. So, I mean, this is no slouch, and neither is this movie. I don't want to get off on the wrong foot here and insinuate that, you know, if you watch the trailer, you've seen the movie, but
you kind of have.
Of all the movies that have trailers that I've watched, like, and that's kind of a trope like that, this is up there as far as, like, you've seen the trailer. Like, I remember, like, the whole, like, you think you can fly thing. I remember that was like a line from the trailer, and then you see the movie and you're like, oh yeah, that's from the trailer, that kind of thing, you know. I
don't remember the trailer so much from my time of seeing the movie. I don't think
Did you see this in the theater?
I did. I did. And I saw this when I was 13, and I was a little hooligan. Me and my friend Neil Rosales used to go run amok.
Who could you relate to more in this, Henry or Frodo?
I was a much bigger fan of evil Kevin McAllister when I was a child.
That's kind of what this is.
Well, wouldn't you throw rocks off of the bridge?
I've never admitted that publicly.
Oh, Bobby, cut that.
But no, we're not cutting that. That's so not something we're cutting. That's so benign.
This might have been. I never made a Mr. Highway. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I never made a Mr. Highway.
But you're like you like if you're more like Macaulay Culkin's character in this movie than you are. Like if you were a
Macaulay than Frodo.
Yeah, you were when it comes to that like boyhood dynamic where like there's the goody two shoes that kind of hangs out with like whatever kid lives down the street that like starts fires and shit.
Yeah, but also like Elijah's mom's dead.
Yeah, I mean that's right. I mean we're just amplifying that into movie.
But then Henry killed his baby brother.
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
And then he saved the duck.
The rubber ducky
as a trophy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So real quick,
Dahmer shit right there.
Can we rewind for a second?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Sarah, Shuffling Sarah, what you say this is one of your favorite movies?
Well, I would say growing up it was.
Like, what is your like background with this movie? Like, as far as like,
what's your nostalgic?
When did you first see it? Like, why did you watch it so regularly?
I wouldn't say I watched it. It was upsetting to me.
It is that.
Like I watched it when I was a teenager. It came out, and we all talked about like it all kind of fucked us up because you really start thinking you're like, oh, wait a minute, like you could have like evil kids sitting in class with you. You just never know.
You just never know
who the Henry is. Like you know, like
every
evil
school's
people
got
are always
one.
like adults, you know. But as a kid,
you're
like, oh fuck, there are bad kids.
Everyone was a baby at one point or another.
Exactly.
Right. Even sociopaths.
Exactly. They start out as babies too.
Yeah.
And in some cases, it's not nature, or nurture. It's just nature.
It's just nature. Yeah.
See, we had a kid like this in elementary school. His name was Mark. I'm not going to say his last name.
Mark, like from the kid from The Good Son.
Yeah, but not Frodo.
Mark was a Henry.
Yeah, Mark was a Henry.
Okay.
And he was, he was always just like, he seemed very disturbed and standoffish. He used to always get caught bringing lighters to school because that was like a big deal back then. Yeah, Mark. He was a weird guy.
I guess
he lived across the street from a weeping willow tree. Adam.
All right. Nobody fucking cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Gotta paint the picture.
God damn it.
Gotta paint the picture.
The fuck. So Mark's this little kid played by Frodo. And he's playing a soccer game, and he's going to be a soccer hero, but then he sees his dad at the game. He's like, oh, no, Dad's here. That must mean Mom's dead. But Mom's not dead.
Dad wouldn't go to his soccer game.
Yeah. Dad wouldn't be here unless there was a problem.
He's a workaholic.
He was, he was like Robin Williams in Hook, but he wasn't Peter Pan grown up. He was just a guy.
He's like, listen, I got to go away for 2 weeks just this one time, so I never have to go away again. Because
it's really like fucked up to leave.
If I close this deal, it'll make us for life. Like, yeah, it is, right? I'm going to leave you with your homicidal cousin.
And you know he knows that Henry's an awful child.
No, he didn't. No one does.
You know when you've got a bad seed.
Well, that's kind of the thing with this movie is people don't.
Do you know?
I know.
You don't have any bad seeds.
No, but I know when one comes across my classroom, I'm like, that's a bad seed. Every once in a while. I have one now. Now, Ed Kemper-ish.
Really? Mm-hmm. You think he's gonna like drown his baby brother or throw his sister on like thin ice?
No, I think he's gonna murder.
You're on thin ice.
I think he's gonna like murder his mom and murder the teacher that I work with that he hates.
Did you say that kid's name?
I didn't say his name. I said he's Ed Kemper-ish.
Okay.
Wow.
He like shapeshifts. His face changes.
Like, is he a lizard person?
when he's in trouble with her, and you could just see it just goes blank, and his eyes stare off into the distance.
Right. Wow.
And then he's like, "How did your mom die?" It's scientific to inquire about these things.
That's what this kid.
Now, Elijah,
how
Wood-
is he with you? You're like nice to him or something, right?
I'm always nice to him because some of them you just don't fuck with. Just
the-
leave him be.
Right.
These are pro
right.
tips
Just
when dealing with
leave him be. He wants
Exactly.
to sit and color. He's about 6'3", probably 300 pounds.
Oh Jesus.
Like he really is like Ed Kemper.
Yeah.
Now, where would you rank
just
him?
leave him be.
Where
just
you
let
rank
him
him?
be.
Like, how does he stand up to Henry from The Good Son?
Oh, interesting. I think like I don't know. It's hard to say what he's like in his personal life. I don't know that he hurts Anna. I don't know.
Do you think he's seen The Good Son?
I don't think he's seen The Good Son. I think he
Has he seen the Minecraft movie?
I think he's more like an internalizer. I think when he blows, he's going to do like a lot of damage.
Right.
Like,
So you might
Henry
not want
seems
to.
Henry seems more like
Well, also Henry
like,
is
consistent?
from an affluent
Henry-
family.
Henry's
Yeah.
like
Henry's a rich kid.
he's a rich kid.
He's a rich kid.
he's
bratty
textbook.
kid.
He's
Yeah.
textbook sociopath.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
he
like-
was a psychopath. Yeah,
He's like Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
This was a weird turning point for the Macaulay Culkin career.
I think it's
As far as how the public viewed him, he was a kind of a sweet boy that everyone loved in Home Alone and Jacob's Ladder, My Girl, where he gets
Yep.
killed by the bees.
The bees, not the bees.
The
then
classic
he went-
television series Wish Kid. Wish Kid.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know that one. The Wishmaster. Was it the Wishmaster? Or is this a different
No, it
one?
was the Page Master.
Fucking Page Master. Wishmaster. Was
Wishmaster something completely
completely different. My
That's
bad.
the one about genies.
Yeah, mixing metaphors here. Well, I think that like this movie kind of signified a turning point for both of these actors.
It's kind of like what Robin Williams in Insomnia is. It's like this is Macaulay Culkin's version of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
it
like
also,
that analogy.
but it also like at the end of the movie, it was like the mother. Let's just give it an analogy. Like the mother is Hollywood, and it just drops Macaulay Culkin to its death,
And devours it.
and then pulls up Elijah Wood to be the future Frodo.
Yeah, it was all ritual magic.
This was all Weinstein shit going on behind the
Yeah, was
scenes.
this his last big movie, Macaulay Culkin?
I mean,
Well, he was in Getting Even with Dad in Richie Rich.
That doesn't count. Nobody watched that.
I'm just saying.
Bobby did.
The Page Master. I think Richie Rich was like his last movie that before he went away.
I think this was a turning point for him. Was
Yeah.
Was
I
this
think this is
the
his
was this
last
the nail in the
high.
coffin though? Were people not interested in Macaulay? Did this ruin his career? Because they were like, no, we wanted him to remain a fun boy of hijinks, not an evil person.
I mean, the year before he made fucking Home Alone 2, and Home Alone 2 is a classic,
well, of course.
right? And this is the next movie he made after Home Alone.
They're like, let's
2
see what kind
was
of
The Good
range
Son.
Kevin McAllister has.
And then it just went into like Getting Even with Dad and The Page Master, and then nobody gave a shit.
Yeah, I
anymore.
feel like this movie was received like very mixed reviews. I always watched it on like they'd always play it on like Tuesday night Fox movie for whatever
Sure,
reason. It was
sure.
like The Good Son, and you're like, oh, there's a kid. You're like, oh, that's that kid that the kid from Home Alone. You watch the movie and you're like, good lord, I've seen this in the trailer. I saw all this already. Now, Adam, what is 1993's The Good Son about?
So it's about this kid Mark, played by Frodo. But he's not Frodo yet. He's still an up-and-comer in Hollywood. But he's a really good soccer player. But then his dad shows up because his mom's dead. So his mom's dead and his dad's a workaholic. And dad's got to go to Japan to close some big-ass deal. He's going to be gone for 2 weeks. So he's going to take his son to Maine to live with his brother and his brother's family. Now, his brother family recently suffered a tragedy as well, where the little brother baby child Robert was drowned to death by evil Macaulay Culkin, but the family's turning a blind eye to it for some reason because they're white. But the mom's not happy about it. She doesn't want to believe that her Macaulay Culkin's Home Aloneness is a death trap. He just wants to kill all the other kids, but it's true.
Yes.
He's a psychopath.
He's a total psychopath.
Yeah, and
I think tries to kill his little sister
Tries to kill his little sister.
multiple times.
Yeah.
The parents knew. You know when
They
your
were-
kid's off.
I mean, when you're that much of a yuppie,
no, I think
Do you, though?
but like it's harder.
yeah,
It's
if
easier.
you're like a total narcissist. And
Yeah.
You're like, my kids are great.
I think you nailed it with the blind eye thing, though. Mm-hmm. Because, it's like, okay, this family's fucking child just drowned in a bathtub a few years earlier, right? And it's like, you don't, like, even if your kid is a lot of signs of being a psychopath, you don't want to have to fucking come to terms with that on top of having to deal with the grief of your drowned bathtub baby.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but Mark kept telling them.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the thing here though, is like it was very stressful in that sense. It's almost like you know when like when your parents go crazy in movies, and it's very like fuck, that's like, you know, your parent, you know, it's not like that, only it's like
from Mars.
Yeah, like Invaders from Mars. But like with this, it's like no, like no one will listen to him about this fucking kid. And they're like, no, dude, that's Macaulay Culkin. Like,
But
it's fine.
But Macaulay Culkin like plays it like a true psychopath too, like a sociopath.
Sure.
Like he's like manipulating the whole goddamn thing and like scaring Buddy or Frodo into keeping his mouth shut.
That's very meta when you think about it too, because it's like America wasn't ready for Macaulay Culkin to be evil, and neither were his fucking parents in this movie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, I will say it's interesting. The little sister, was actually his sister. That was another Culkin.
Kieran Culkin.
No, Kieran's the brother.
I know. He just won an Oscar.
Quinn or some shit. I don't know. Macaulay never won a damn Oscar. And then the baby photos of baby Robert was obviously another Culkin child.
Was it now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When they showed the picture, I was like, that's either baby Macaulay Culkin or another one of those.
Yeah.
What's the Culkin's connection to Hollywood?
The parents apparently just are whoring off their children to Hollywood to make them into actors.
So they weren't like Hollywood elites?
I don't know.
think so.
Bobby, check the info webs.
I think that they're just classic stage mom and dads
Okay.
from like Iowa or some shit.
And like these kids were just going to get them in the pictures.
Every one of them. Every one
single
of them.
one of them.
They're
all
from
underage?
New York City.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean Macaulay was a cult, like that was the Macaulay Culkin years of American popular culture is a thing, you know, like what Home Alone through this movie, honestly, and then it ends with this movie.
No.
And then they just kind of try to tread water for a few years, then he disappears and moves to Paris or something.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in Paris?
I think he lives in France, or he did for a long time. He seems to be peeping his head up in a lot more lately in things, though. Like
Wasn't he in some Pizza Hut band?
Oh, yeah,
Where they just sang about Pizza Hut?
It was a Velvet Underground cover band, but they just sang, like, all their songs were made to be about pizza.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into that.
It's called the Pizza Underground, I believe.
I'm into food metal, food rock.
I mean,
Oh, and when he was in high school or older, he was in
Party Monster.
Party Monster.
Party Monster's great.
That's a great movie. I love his character in Party Monster.
Party Monster, yeah.
that one is
It's a very interesting career. And there's like the Macaulay Culkin, Michael Jackson era and all that shit. Bubbles,
Oh, yeah,
Bubbles,
he was
the fucking
friends with
chimp.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he was friends with him. I would say
They were always together.
Michael
But
Jackson.
Macaulay Culkin's one of the guys that's come out and basically been like, he's never abused me. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So take that for what it's worth. I don't know.
I think MJ is. I think he was innocent.
I think he might be innocent.
I think he was just a crazy person. I don't think he was a pederast necessarily.
What?
I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced.
What?
I'm really not. Are you serious right now? Because I am serious.
No, when I watched that, like the Neverland thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the one that made it all so horrible. And then you see the guys that are accusing him, right? Like one of them was like the father was pushing him into accusing to try to get money.
Right.
Like there's a lot of evidence that the kids, not the kids themselves, but like the parents were trying to cash in on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I don't believe the HBO documentary.
When I saw that, I was like, I don't know. This all seems fugazi.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, Michael Jackson's a big part of the Macaulay Culkin phenomenon, but you know what's kind of
OJ
not,
didn't do it either.
kind of not, but yes, kind of not, but kind of is important in the Macaulay Culkin era is the movie The Good Son from 1993.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for fucking 15 minutes. You introing the movie again?
No, I'm just trying to bring it back around to the movie.
Okay, my bad.
Jesus.
Oh, are you high?
Now, The Good Son from 1993 stars Macaulay Culkin.
And Frodo.
And stars Elijah Wood.
All of Macaulay's
and then
siblings.
the great character actor David Morris, who plays Macaulay's dad.
Yeah, David Morse was great.
And then
in
the other
Rock.
dad was like, was that Noah?
Was he in Clifford?
Noah, what's his fuck?
Was he? With the big red dog?
No, Clifford with Martin Short.
No. Was he?
Was he in Clifford?
Clifford who?
David Morse?
I don't think so.
That's another one of my favorite
thinking,
movies.
You're thinking of
with Stefan,
Charles,
the dinosaur.
Yeah, Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin.
Yeah.
No, David Morris was in like The Green Mile. He was one of the
The
prisoners.
Rock.
He's in The Rock, The Hurt Locker,
And Clifford.
and Clifford. Apparently, he was in Clifford. I guess.
Contact.
You've seen that guy before. Contact, that Jodie Foster movie. Contact. Yeah. So, let me ask you this. Let's bring it back to why we brought you here, Sarah. Do you believe that evil children are created or
Are they born that way?
born that way, or both? Some. I mean, is there any exclusivity to that? Like,
I think it's a combination of definitely both.
I mean,
But
are
I think
people
where it
just
differ
born
with
without?
people. Like, I think that people are born inherently evil. I do believe that.
But they're just born without empathy and they just never get it. Like if
Yeah.
you teach them love, they don't.
so
get
not
it.
all,
they don't
but
get it.
not all, but definitely some are just like come out that way.
Oh yeah, some of them I think just come out that way.
So
It's
what
like-
should you
it's-
do? Just like
it's-
kill them at birth?
I don't think people know until it's too late.
So it's far too late. So late term abortion.
Then we kill them with the judicial system.
Or they go into finance and Wall Street.
Yeah, we need those people, right? We need them to run a society. CEOs.
But there's definitely
I don't know.
like
about
warning
that one.
signs, you know?
I think a lot of people fall.
I mean, if you like shoot a dog with a bolt gun that you spent 3 months making, that might be a sign.
Yeah,
That's a red
you know
flag.
what else is a
I had a
sign?
student years ago who made pretend he fell down the basement stairs. And his dad went down there and he tried to shoot him with a nail gun.
Wow. Fucking born.
so they're born that way.
Well, maybe the dad would smack him around too. You don't know.
I mean,
Yeah, but there's plenty of people that have their parents smack them around and they don't end up trying to shoot them
With a nail gun.
with a nail gun.
That's true.
yeah, I don't know if like trying to correct the behavior by smacking a kid that's already psychotic around like helps the situation.
Now you got to drown them. Oh,
In the bathtub,
just like
like baby Macaulay Culkin
like
in that
baby
picture.
Macaulay Culkin.
Interesting. Okay. Well, so let me ask you this, Sarah. Would you say more people are born that way, more kids are born that way, or is it more nurture?
What do you mean?
What are you trying to say, Bobby?
Like evil people that come out, like, is it, would you say more of them are born that way, or more of them is a product of environment?
Probably more a product of environment.
So the born that
I
way.
don't know. There's like a lot of
Yeah.
factors to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think you can just be born.
Just the bad seed,
Awful.
fucking
so
Damien
what?
shit.
Yeah.
So what happened with old Henry here? Let's psychoanalyze Henry here. Like he wants to kill his siblings. Like and he find out when the duck he kept the rubber duck and he's like it was mine 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. He has like a jealousy thing about his mother, but it's really
Not about the
not
mom.
that.
right.
That's what I mean. That's kind of interesting, though, right? It's always
So why did he let the sister tag along for so long? Maybe because he can play with her. He kind of plays with her where he's like always. It's like a cat and a mouse. Like he
right.
almost kills her
Right.
multiple times, but then he pulls back.
But the baby drowned in the bathtub thing was definitely like not like it was his first kill.
Yeah, it was easier to get away with. He's not just gonna like go out there and slash his sister's throat.
No,
He's like,
I mean,
got
and
away
this
with
is about the time where he starts doing that when he's like, "Hey, fucking, let's do a little Brian
Mr.
Boitano
Highway.
like fucking fucking figure skating and throw you into the thin ice." But I like the
I like the visual of the little girl under the ice, like I'm drowning.
yes.
I like
That's good.
the slow like realization towards Elijah Wood understanding that like I've given this kid the benefit of the doubt way too. The
Right.
Mr. Highway thing is like
That was a turning point.
so that was one of the big red flags. Is like one, I want to go see my invention, right?
well, I mean, a kid that's making a bolt shooter
In a shack, it's his shack.
in his own shack is pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
I
I
mean-
agree. I did shit like that.
Yeah.
we build bolt shooters all the time.
His masks are kind of like
Yeah,
It's all creepy.
yeah, it's
creepy.
very creepy.
It's all creepy.
The
That's,
paper-
that's little boy shit. Little boys do shit.
Little,
weird,
little
creepy
boys
shit.
do. Like I was watching this with Sarah. I was like, this is almost an ad for like TikTok and Minecraft. Like, just keep the kids inside and give them phones.
Right.
Like, we don't need them out here shooting
Give him a
cats
phone.
with
Otherwise,
a
they'll
bolt
be
gun.
out there, shooting at cats. They'll be killing dogs.
Now, did that dog have what was coming to it though?
He's just an asshole
No.
dog.
That
It was
dog
just doing its job.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it was
That's
a
the right
jealous
answer.
job, yeah.
That's the right answer. I'm glad we don't have any fucking Henrys in the room with us. Right?
The dog had it coming. I just meant to scare it. But so Mr. Highway, he's made a body out of clothing and stitched it
He's
together.
like, I want you to meet somebody.
Yeah, and his goal is to throw it off the overpass of a highway in front of traffic.
And kill people.
I was watching this again today, and
Or at
I was
least see the
watching
cars right.
that whole exchange where he's like, I want you to meet someone or something like that.
Right.
And like, his name's Mr. Highway, and I'm going to show you something that you're never going to forget.
Right.
And he's just like, okay. And then he hasn't even put it together yet when they get to the fucking bridge off the highway.
Right.
Like, what is about to happen? Like, you think at some point Elijah Wood would be like, hey, man, like, we're not going to throw this off the but no, he's like, what are you doing?
Right.
And then sure enough, causes like an 18-car pile.
10-car crash. Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Several injuries, but nobody died. You think somebody that Winnebago that flipped right off the bat would have died?
I know.
That was a great Winnebago flip.
That was a good one.
It was a good crash scene there. It was a good scene of crashage.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then poor Elisha Wood, the whole family's just gaslighting him.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with our son. It's only because your mom's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Even
And
the therapist.
Oh, it's just because your mom's dead. Oh, your dad left you.
Right.
Which is easier to, as a parent, I think it's easier to like say that than my son's a fucking
Monster.
murdering psychopath that drowned our son in the bathtub.
But come on, look at that kid. If that was my kid, I'd want to know what was going on up in that shed.
I mean, if my kid had
I mean,
a
I would
shed,
agree.
I'd be fine with
well,
it.
I mean, eventually she
But if
does.
you had
Babies drowning.
if you had Henry as your child, wouldn't you want to know what he was doing in the shed?
Now,
But who knows? I mean, the way he acted around the parents was totally different than the way he acted around Buddy. You know.
now I gotta
around
say
Elijah.
That's true.
the secret cigarette at the graveyard well.
Yeah.
That's a scene I could relate to. You know,
Right.
It doesn't automatically mean the kid's psychotic just because he's like, let's go kick a butt.
Well,
down
he's
by the
good
graveyard
because
well.
he starts talking, weird shit to the kid with the dead mom about his dead mom.
Sure, I mean that
And
was
he's like, hey,
certainly
I'm sorry.
a first.
I didn't mean to do that. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just
puts his hand out.
Yeah. He's just a cold-blooded,
Psychopath.
manipulative piece of shit. I love him. He's great. He's a good character.
He's a good character.
It was the last great role Macaulay Culkin did as a child. You know.
What would you do if you were the mom?
You drop him off a fucking cliff.
I'd have
Is that where
dropped
you're
him too.
Is that where you're gonna? Well, that's the thing is like it's a very. Let's just. I mean, this is that we've talked. You've listened to the trailer. We've just talked. This is the movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He tries to kill his sister. Elijah stops. Well, he's there, and then he tries to kill the mom, and Elijah stops that. And the finale at the cliff, she got the Sophie's choice.
But it's not really a Sophie's choice.
Yeah, because her kid just tried to throw her off a fucking cliff.
Right. It's like, fuck my kid. Like, it's not a hard choice. I
Right.
get it as like a mother or whatever, all the things we've been talking about.
But Elijah does this weird thing. I don't know if he's just trying to antagonize him. He's like, it's my mother now, too. I think he was just trying to piss off Macaulay
yeah, because
Culkin.
part of it's like he's jealous of the mother thing, but yet, who Elijah's just trying to piss off Macaulay Culkin? Interesting. Who is the good son?
Right.
When did
mean-
he say that? I don't remember that.
It was after he'd already gone crazy and like after he'd already tried to kill the sister or whatever.
Oh, that's right. She's my mom too.
Do you think
my
maybe
mom now,
like
he
too.
wants to escalate him so that they can see.
Right, right. So maybe maybe that's what set Macaulay's murderous rampage in motion. Is this little boy dealing with loss shows up, and his mom is dealing with loss, which was his fault, and he sees this other boy his age,
yes,
bonding with his mother. He's like, well, shit, I got to kill my sister now. I got to kill this one.
Yeah.
I got to kill my mom. Right.
Yeah, because she's neglecting me.
So Elijah Wood was when he was setting it all off, and now he's got a new mom. He just went in there, took over.
Yeah, that's a couple things there. One,
Henry
it's like,
still shouldn't have killed the baby.
Is Henry kind of got this whole like, if I can't have her to myself, no one can. That's why he's.
But he's also maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't know how much the mom thing. I mean, it's almost like it's more of an excuse than like an actual feeling from this kid.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
But like, I was like,
and then he's like, he wants to kill the mom to spite Frodo.
right,
Yeah.
right, like
Kill his own mother to spite his enemy.
Yes.
You lost your first mom, and now your second mom's dead.
Right. She wasn't my mom anymore, anyways. It was your mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What a little psycho.
Well, that's what's weird about this. Was like they're like, who is the good son? Is it it's obviously, is it a play on words with Macaulay Culkin's character? Is it
Elijah
Frodo,
Wood, is it Frodo,
or is
right?
it the kid that drowned in the bathtub? And somehow it's all connected. So it's like the mom had lost, the kid had lost. He's almost stepping in as this like surrogate
child,
son.
yeah.
She's like a surrogate mom. Like my mother will always. He's always having these dreams about like he'll walk downstairs or sleepwalk or whatever and be like, "Oh, it's mom," and it's like that lady.
It's never his mom. It's always her.
Yeah, and she's
my
always
mom
very
is
like
back as your mom. Like, whoa, it's kind of creepy, dude.
It's creepy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a very fucked up movie.
So it's like, Elijah's coming in here like a changeling, just like trying to change out the babies. Like he's the baby now.
He's the new baby.
He's the new baby. Like he doesn't.
With George C. Scott, Changeling with George C. Scott.
Yeah. He
They dig
talks
into
to
the
his
floor
dad,
boards.
talks to David Morse once throughout the rest of the fucking movie,
Yeah.
and makes his way at home like a parasite.
So you're saying Elijah Wood is the evil one?
No, I'm saying they're both. Fuck both of them.
I think they're both. Yeah.
I think for Macaulay Culkin to be falling down to his death, knowing that his mother let him go, he probably had it coming. I mean, he did try to.
He
push
had it
her off-
coming.
He had to push
Yeah.
her off the cliff. She didn't do nothing.
Yeah,
to
that's.
nobody.
I mean, it's not really a complaint. It's just kind of like, like the climax is her deciding between Macaulay Culkin and Frodo.
And then that's the end of the movie.
Kind of, yeah, more or less.
No, there's like two more lines where he's like, "I wonder if she would have
Yeah.
still made that choice." The end. Like it never shows.
but it's like
they don't
not,
go back to the house.
That's the problem. It's
Right.
like it's not a hard choice.
right.
I think it is when it's your own kid. Though.
That's the thing I was going to say.
And then
like,
she
that's
would have
the
to
only,
admit to herself that she had a murderous child.
It's
that,
almost like the-
she created.
The end of the movie is almost like
Yeah, but
And birthed.
you know what though? Like
the look on your
my
face when he said
kid-
birthed.
If my kid had just tried to kill me, and I had to save either my kid or some other rando kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I'd let that rando kid die. To be like, son, I'm
not-
fucking locking you in a cage.
I'm
for
not
like a year,
saying
you
I'm
asshole."
not saying there's not an internal thing going on, but it's also like as an audience member, I'm just kind of like, yeah, fuck Macaulay, like drop Macaulay, duh, and then she does, and it's like, oh, okay,
right.
in scene,
Sure, but I guess they were trying to make the Sophie's Choice thing.
yeah.
It's a fine movie. It's not the best
fine.
movie ever.
No, it's not the best movie. It has some creepy moments.
Macaulay
Yeah,
Culkin's great.
Macaulay Culkin is great in almost like he's got one-liners in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of hammed up. Like he's like what'd you think this was? A game? But it's like Macaulay Culkin saying that.
Yeah, exactly. It could be any heavy from Hollywood saying it sound badass.
yeah. But it's Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, with an evil look on his face. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, if I let you go, you think you could fly? Shit like that. You're like, ugh.
You hear Bruce Willis saying that shit.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was kind of like audibly laughing, at least a little bit to myself when you see Macaulay Culkin say these things.
Well, it was an interesting choice in Macaulay Culkin's career. I think it was a great choice for Elijah Wood because he got to show his stuff against Macaulay, who was the it kid at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see where because after this, Macaulay only did a couple things. Where'd Elijah go from here? Let's look at Elijah.
What happened to that guy?
What happened to Elijah Wood?
He lived in Austin for a minute.
Well, I'm not talking about back then. I'm talking about now.
What happened?
Wait, no, not now. I'm talking about back
he's
then.
asking what happened to his career. Like, where is he now?
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking in 1993, after The Good Son, where did he go?
Where did he go?
Huck Finn?
He started with Radio Flyer. I think that was his first movie.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Huck Finn's in there.
He was in Huck Finn before this.
Okay.
And then he was in Frasier and North.
The worst Rob Reiner movie ever made.
Then he was in Flipper.
Oh, yeah. Flipper with Paul Hogan.
And then he was like Homicide: Life on the Street and Oliver
Sin
Twist.
City's coming up.
And Deep Impact and The Faculty.
Oh, I love The Faculty.
And then Lord of the Rings.
And then it was all downhill from there.
It's all downhill from there. He hadn't been in a thing since. Spy Kids 3, game over. No, I mean, he's had a pretty good career.
He's an odd-looking man. He looks like a hobbit.
He does. Macaulay Culkin's a pretty odd-looking man as well.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
I think it was a good movie. I remember watching it in the theaters with my ruffian 13-year-old friend and like throwing pickles at the screen of this film just for fun. Like what my kid wanted to see at the Minecraft with popcorn. Like I was doing that.
Kind of like the Muppets 3D experience at Disney World.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
That Muppets 3D experience is pretty badass.
Yeah, it is.
It is fucking great.
I didn't even know
It's at
this
Hollywood
existed.
Studios.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there anymore.
It was. They had some Muppet shit.
It's some Muppet shit.
I love the Muppets.
Yeah, everybody check out the Muppets. It's a great movie. It's a great franchise.
Now, what do you recommend more, The Good Son or Muppets Take Manhattan?
Muppets Take Manhattan. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. That's a good rating system.
Easily.
Muppets Take Manhattan is right smack in the middle
Yeah.
of recommend or don't.
Yeah, it's like it's great, but it's not the greatest. But it's better than The Good Son. So take that as you will, America. Go out and watch
Macaulay Culkin in
The Muppets Take Manhattan. The end.